Hello, everybody. Hello, this is Gray from Wakizashi's Tea House. Long time no see. I'm worried about my level, so just bear with me while I check how it sounds on YouTube. Because last time I did a StreamYard live stream, the mic was gone. It gone crazy. I hadn't changed the settings, but StreamYard decided to. So let's see. Here we go. Is this even working? Is it live? Decided to. So let's see. Here we go. Yeah, it sounds good. So how are you doing? Are you good? Are you Genki? Oh, thank goodness for that. I'm out of practice. I've been away. I've been away for too long. So let's have a look. We had briefly in the chat. Davina Duckworth, great to see you. Weird Science Comics, Jim. I've sent you the link, Jim. You're welcome to jump in anytime you like. Davina's saying, just went to a comic shop today, but did not buy anything. On that note, I have a special guest in the wings. Speaking of comics, it is Weird Science Jim.
Hey, I'm
I
on
can't
here.
see you. Oh, there you are.
I'm on, and I'm like, he's not adding me in. And then you're like, whenever you want to join in, I'm like, I'm watching you here. Check your phone. I was
Multitasking, Jim.
Great.
What's that all about? Do I sound okay? I tell you,
Yeah.
the audio last time was crazy. It was really, really high and like distorted.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, StreamYard's weird. When I get on, like, if I forget me and you were on now, and I go to do something of my stuff without using StreamYard, I'm at like my mic level's 8.
You sound
crazy.
a little bit quiet. I'm just going to check it on
Do
YouTube.
yeah, check it out because I can.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, usually what happens is when I go, I'll check right now, it jacked it down to 25. Now, usually I have it at like 66, like Mario Lemieux, which you wouldn't probably know. But in the meantime, yeah, I guess I'll keep it as it is. I
think
know.
I'm a little bit high and you're a little bit low, but hey, who cares? What's it all about?
No, I could get it up a little. But what did I miss any super chats?
That was the greatest entrance, Jim, I've ever seen on a live stream. You had me laughing my head
I
off.
think you're the only one who got it. Nobody else commented on it. And Wes seemed like he was a little disturbed by it.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. I don't know, because I even said he wanted me to come on and I had to do some things and I wasn't sure if I would be able to make it. And I did at the last second. So that was the deal. Suddenly, I think I lost audio of you. I can't hear. Oh, there you are.
I muted myself because
okay.
I was just checking. I said,
Did
I'm
you
so
check
paranoid.
it? Is it okay? Because I raised mine a little.
Yeah, you sound great. Davina, if you're still there, do we sound okay? I was looking for Blacksad. Blacksad. Jim's recommended that to me a few times.
Blacksad is so good. It is so good. It actually, now that me and you are doing the Usagi Yojimbo, it did remind me of Blacksad just because of the anthropomorphic stuff, and I want to read that again. It's pretty good.
I've heard it's awesome, and the art is fantastic, isn't it? But it's not just the art. The story's good too, is it, Jim? Good characters?
Yeah, and it's a very mature story, which, again, I like that. And I always say the name wrong, but,
Thank you.
The things that happen under the trees that people seize. That's another one that I end up where I really
Somewhere under the trees.
I really like when you get the anthropomorphic stuff that actually is, treated with respect. It's not for goofiness. It's actually and yet gives you a little of the tropes of the animals and things like that. I think it's really cool.
Davina says she has Usagi Yojimbo going way back. Me too. I've been going through my collection. The Mrs. Wakizashi told me to sort it out in case I died or dropped dead, and she'd have no idea what I've got up there. So
she had to do that.
I'm getting old, Jim. I'm getting old. I'm losing my voice, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say at the beginning, you were you screaming at your barbecue or what?
No, just ate and drank too much good stuff, I think. Hang on a minute, I've got to drop a clip.
I was there with Jack and we weren't terribly impressed with the music.
Oh, Ginger Baker, where are you now?
Baker, yes. Is he still alive or did he finally die?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, I think in that clip he was dead 3 years. I think that was him coming back. He looks like Dracula or something.
He looks like he's dead in that chair.
I'm telling you, he's like
this.
I don't know what he's doing with that crazy leaning back and stuff. It was pretty odd, but he's not very nice. That guy.
Jalgrun 2's in the chat, Jim. Who is that really? Is that you all?
Lane.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, I thought you were. Yeah. I ended up. I'm glad that finally he reminded me that it is him because every time I said the name, I said it different. But yeah, yeah. I thought that you were fooled.
It's like you, isn't it, telling people that what I practice on Saturdays is flower arrangement or the tea
Yeah,
ceremony,
exactly.
karate.
Tea ceremony. Right now, you're in Japan, which is having Silver Week or something along the line.
Oh, you're doing it on purpose.
Yes, yes. I
Golden
remember
Week.
Golden Week was a deal when we were doing the manga stuff. It was one of those ones that I do remember that it was like a reprieve for the week because they didn't end up, for the most part, then they didn't release anything, like even the Shonen Jump that Sunday because of Golden Week, and people got a week off. So I was down with that.
Golden Week. Gold.
Yes.
Bop, bop, bop. Is that how it goes, Jim?
Not really, but I do like that. I do like that song a lot.
I'm just going to share one thing very quickly. I want to show off the movie star barbecue from yesterday. This is why I've lost my voice, folks. Just let me see. Share screen. Do this. How do we do this again? Share audio. Okay. Hit this. No audio.
Like a movie star having a private barbecue party.
How weird.
It was. I could hear the audio.
Like a movie star
could
having
you?
a private barbecue party.
The private barbecue party.
This is it. This is the professional level of Gray's Wakizashi's live streams.
I love when you say that and your daughter looks like, what is he doing? Oh no, he's coughing it up. He's like, your daughter looks over and is like, what the hell are you doing? I'm trying to eat barbecue here. That's pretty funny. Oh, Gray has completely disappeared.
Do you have any tips for when you do lose your voice? Because my brother Mick, he's a singer. He's a singer in a band.
Did he say
actually.
ginger?
He said rum, gargling with rum.
Really?
I think. Yeah.
I used to chew ginger root, and it's real harsh, but it would end up, it clears you out. Plus,
that is supposed to be really good, actually. Ginger root.
That was what I used to do, or like just drink beer while I'm eating a lot of cough drops.
You don't drink
disgusting.
beer, Jim.
I don't anymore.
Ginger beer, isn't it?
Yeah. I actually like ginger beer.
Ginger and honey in tea, I think, is supposed to be good. I'm just typing it in.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, though, the funny thing is like you're there and you're in a band and you're playing. It's not like you have the tea party next to you and you're like, oh, well, let me get my ginger honey tea going here. So I used to get ginger root and just end up chewing it. And Davina is right. A ginger actually, where it helps a lot with your stomach, and also peppermint is one of my favorites. That's what my mom would give me when I was a kid.
That is a great idea, Davina and Jim. Thanks. Yeah. Yes, I've got a bit of a dodgy tummy as well. There we go.
The problem is if you chew too much ginger root, you end up having problems the next couple of days because it really does burn. And but no, my mom, I'm in this like mode when I don't feel good. I have to eat anything peppermint, but usually what I get and what my mom would get me was mint chocolate chip ice cream, and that would help even though you shouldn't probably have dairy to settle your stomach, but just the idea. But now it's one of those weird things that I will eat just because it kind of makes me feel like I'm a little kid and better again and whatnot. But I used to do that a lot.
I'll tell you what, folks. I've got to say thanks to Jim for covering for me because I think it's coming back. But Jim was having a go at me today on his morning show because I'm off. It's Monday here in Japan. It's a public holiday, the second day of Golden Week, which is not really a week. You get 3 days usually. And yeah, my daughter, she's gone out to meet her friends. She's like, "See you later, Dad. I've had a good time with you. Now I'm off. Off to meet my real friends. So I'm free. That's why I've done this like spur of the moment."
Yeah. That's cool. I did. I recorded too many times today. I ended up where I started my Sunday show that should be an hour. I started late. That was like 3 hours long, and then did a best of, which there were no best ofs really this week. So just did some nonsense. And
I know. I would have loved to have joined you, but I don't have any best ofs from last week either, or this week, or whatever week we're on.
I mentioned you a bunch of times. I said that we have, the rule that it has to be an 8 or above, and when I ended up doing it, I had to kind of discuss some things, even though they weren't best of, but I still, talked about it, but mentioned, me and you didn't really love everything. That Spider-Man, Godzilla was god awful. And the idea of me and you, even the Red Hulk just was a little bit down from the other issues, but this wasn't a great week of comics. It really wasn't.
We're being accused of being too positive, aren't we, Jim?
Yeah.
Wait till they hear the podcast. I was talking about the All-In special, which I enjoyed.
I enjoyed actually, I said to people that was my favorite thing of this week, that it was pretty good. And I wish I couldn't get a hold of any of the free comic book days except that one that you sent me because you're in Japan.
Yeah, same.
But
same.
I couldn't get a hold of anything else. I would have actually have just talked about those and tried to read them or whatnot, but I didn't have them. So, oh well. So I talked trash on a lot of people. Is what I did. I started yelling about reviewers and things like that and nonsense.
How's the podcast going, Jim? Have you finished it yet?
No, I'm still at the same
I'm sorry
spot
to
that
take it
said.
away from you.
And
your
I'll
hard
tell
work.
you, the thing is, too, it's oh my. Now you're listening to levels again. Oh, my goodness. I do have the first 2 sections. It's me and you in the intro, and then me and you talking about the free comic book day. And I said it's actually at like an hour and 15 minutes already, and that was just like kind of bonus stuff. And now I gotta edit all the rest. It's gonna be, but I don't mind.
I can't believe how long we talked for either. It felt like,
I know.
we've been talking all day by
That's
then.
what I said
But
at
that
one
wasn't
point.
what we were recording. We were talking in the back room, weren't we? Like,
Yeah, we were talking a lot of stuff about the
In the green room.
Beatles and John Bonham and Ginger Baker and all that crazy stuff.
speaking of Ginger Baker, I've got to drop him again because I
I
love
was
it.
there with Jack, and we weren't terribly impressed with the music.
That's what they say at your concerts, Jim, isn't it? Every single time.
Exactly. That's every time. I'm like, man, why does Ginger Baker keep showing up if he doesn't like it? Why does he keep doing this? Yeah, Ginger Baker he's a miserable guy. That guy, I like to when you see interviews with him, because me and you were even watching more of that, and he's like starts out by saying, yeah, some people who don't know anything or are morons think that, John Bonham's better than me.
I know, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Oh, he's still over the top.
I'm just going to go into my settings and, my mic is a bit high, so just bear with me while I put that down a bit.
Okay.
So, can you talk any more about the Thinking Critical, Jim? No, not allowed to. Were you guys fighting afterwards or before?
No. I ended up where I was showing up late, and I figured it'd be funny because people always give him crap about the super chat, so I thought it was just funny. I think everybody was just, I don't know that they knew what I meant. I was just being a jokester. Me and Dylan, though, on the show, we agreed a lot. That was an odd thing. Later on, though, I start yelling at everybody, which usually does happen. When they were trying to tell me that Batman isn't really crazy for dressing up as a bat and going out at night to fight crime. I said, no, I think he's a little nuts. I think he is. And then one of the big plays came into the discussion.
Fighting with people?
Yeah, and
really?
then the discussion became, should Batman kill the Joker? And, whatever you think in reality. But I'm like, why would you want him to kill somebody? And then I said, I think it's because he's afraid that he'll go too far then and start killing everybody. And then I kind of got in fights with people. But
look at this, James. Speaking of super chats,
thanks.
and it's a members chat. Thank you so much, Zax, for your support. I'm a member of his channel. He's a member of mine. It's one of those. It's like what you call it. It goes both ways. It cuts both ways.
Oh,
so he's
goodness.
a star. 27 months, Jim.
Yeah.
He's watching hockey. His heart is here.
I can't believe that you just told everybody that you and him go both ways. I was like, holy moly, like, it's a momentous occasion here.
Oh my goodness. Are you talking rude? Rude things there, Jim, by any chance?
Zach's watching hockey. In fact, I'm actually, while this was going on, I do have the basketball game on with the sound down, just because.
Zach's he's a big fan of Excalibur, the movie, so just let me drop a quick one for him. Here we go. Getting worse and worse. Can you translate that, or can you make a song out of that, please, Jim? I'll give you 5 minutes.
What I want you to do is, I really need you to get any sort of clip, like you have Excalibur, but I need Ginger Baker inserted in. I need you to be able to get him in the middle of that.
That would be so cool, wouldn't it?
Me and Jack, we didn't like the music much at all. Get every clip. That's what I need. Yes. There's Zach had that spell memorized back in the day. He was playing Black Magic. Holy moly.
It's awesome. That's the original, not original, but one of the versions of Merlin. A very interesting take on Merlin, the character. He didn't have the long hair. He was kind of almost bald. He had a silver skull cap on. Pretty awesome. And he was quite camp, Jim. He was quite camp. That's why I liked him.
It's weird, that Excalibur movie, because I saw it as a kid and it was on HBO, and it scared the crap out of me. I don't know why.
He's quite dark at times. It's also
really
quite sexy too.
Yeah, that, wow. And I forget there was another movie that was quite like that at the same time that was even sexier, and it also scared me. A lot of movies scared me as a kid.
What
But
was
that was
crazy
one.
was how many people who went on to become pretty big stars were in that. It had, of course, Patrick Stewart. He was already bald even back then in 1980 or 81, whenever it was. Liam Neeson was in it in an early role. Gabriel Byrne was in it. Helen Mirren.
Yeah,
Sexy as hell.
I might
Yeah.
have to go and rewatch that.
Rewatch it.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm telling you, as a kid, I really liked, King Arthur and things like that. But it was so like real, like dark and
Yeah.
different from what I expected when I was a kid. I was pretty young, though. I shouldn't have been watching it. But that's what I would do a lot. I'd stay up late and watch like crazy movies on HBO. That was awesome.
Davina saying to boldly go where no one has gone before. Fantastic. It's a shame Stork's not here, but I don't think he watches YouTube, does he? He won't watch our channels.
Yeah, I don't know if he does or not. It's weird. He lurks in the Slack, which he revealed this past week, where he said
does
that
he?
at one point he was like, "I'm not in the Slack," and then he mentioned something
thought he was
offhand.
out.
I'm like, what are you talking about? You must be lurking. You're a creeper, is what you are. But yeah. But
He
yeah,
was bald
sure.
in Dune as well, and I love that version of Dune, Davina. I don't know about you. I love the David Lynch version. It's
Yeah,
so
I
crazy.
actually like that a lot.
So
as a
weird.
kid. Yeah, it was crazy. I remember the reason why I wanted to watch it was for Sting originally. I was so excited. I was like, "Oh man, Sting's cool." Yeah, and then,
John Constantine, don't you know? Jim, nasty piece of work.
It would be great if he would have played John Constantine at some
it would.
point. It would have been
Would have been
so
awesome.
awesome. It would have been so cool. Like even when they had the the Flash movie where they went through some multiverse stuff and whatever, that would have been cool
yeah.
to have
They
Sting
could have done
in
it,
that
couldn't
as
they?
an old Constantine. Would have been crazy.
He'd have to work on his Liverpool accent because he's got.
Yeah.
I think he's from Birmingham, isn't he?
Yeah, I
Sting.
think
He's
I
a
think he
Brummie.
is. Yeah. I was talking the other day because every time I listen to anything with like the Beatles or even Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, it's like anytime they mention London, it's the idea that, oh, look at those fancy assholes in London. It makes me laugh every time. And that's where Simon's from. So now I consider,
Simon.
I consider
From
Simon
London.
fancy because he's from London. Oh, look at you and your London nonsense.
Speaking of fancy, if you don't see this movie, Jim, we can no longer be friends. Here it is.
You're drunk. Just bring out the tapes. Cake and fine wine.
If you don't leave, we'll call the police.
Balls. We want the finest wines available to humanity. We want them here, and we want them now.
Miss Blenner has it. Telephone the police.
What is that?
Davina, if you're still there, do you know that? You get bonus points if you can name that movie, because like so many people that I know have never heard of it, never seen it. Richard E. Grant became famous because of that movie. Paul McGann, who was Doctor Who briefly in the American version, that one movie, he was in it when they were young. No? Okay, I'm going to drop it. I'll drop it in the chat. Should make a competition, Jim, shouldn't I? Like you can win a prize.
That'd be pretty cool. I don't know the prize, but I don't recognize it. Now
No, it's little known. It's a kind of British. Actually, it's George Harrison's movie company that produced it. Was it Handmade Films? So and it plays "Happiness Is a Warm Gun" in it. It's rare
Really?
to get.
That's crazy. That's weird that he has a John song in it too.
Withnail and I, it's called. Crazy name, Withnail.
Really?
And
I might Two British Actors Weekend. That's what it looked like. I swear to God, at first I was like, is that the British Pulp Fiction? Because it looks kind of like that. I want to ask you, I don't think I've ever asked you, Gray. It's more of an Australian movie, I believe, but maybe it's not. Have you ever seen... No, it's not, actually. I'm thinking of some other things. Do you ever watch Gregory's Girl?
Yes, and it's Scottish, I'll have you know.
It's Scottish,
Jim,
yeah.
it's
I was
Scottish.
thinking, you ever watch the Year My Voice Broke? That's an Australian movie. But
I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
It's one of the first movies with Nicole Kidman in, which was good. But at one point, I was obsessed with Gregory's Girl. I ended up watching that movie like 15 times in a row. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
It's really funny, isn't it? It's very funny
I thought it
and
was hilarious. At one point, they're like
there was a singer in it, wasn't there? Was it Clare Grogan?
Yeah,
Was that
actually,
her
I
name?
think it was the girl. It was the lady who ended up being in that song with the "Happy Birthday." What's that song?
No way.
What the heck is that?
Happy
Remember
birthday.
that? Remember that '80s song? And then also they had two hits. What the hell For some reason, I was going to say the Happy Mondays, but it's not. It's
For some
can't
reason, I'm
remember.
thinking of, is it Nina and 99 Red Balloons in German?
No,
That's
but that'd
weird.
be pretty good. She was pretty hot. But no,
99.
I swear to God, it's that crazy. I really like the band. They were pretty good, but nobody in the States knows who they are.
I'll have to look it up. Let's have a quick check. Clare
Yeah, I'm
Grogan.
looking too.
I think that's her name. I probably got it wrong. Scottish singer. She was in Altered Images, Jim. That's
Altered
it.
Image. Now,
Altered
that's a
Images.
pretty good name for a band as well. I like them. Not many people remember them at all. But
Let's have a look. When she was young. When she was
she
young.
had short hair, which was kind of I don't know why, I thought that was a crazy thing as a kid. It was like, man, look at them. But I really, if people haven't heard them, they have two really, really good songs and then some other kind of stuff. But the two big hits. I'm looking at their thing. It says Gregory's Girl, the big play there, and I'm looking at the deal.
There she is. Oh, hello.
There's
Looking
their
good.
discography. Their one album was called Happy Birthday.
I
And
constantly felt I had to prove myself. Clare Grogan interview. Cool. Yeah, Altered Images. Wow, that does take me back. That's like a, not one-hit wonder, but that kind of thing, isn't it? I don't think
Yep.
they did that much.
no, the other song was I Could Be Happy. That was their other actual hit that they had. That
Okay.
was pretty good. It was a really good song. Kind of sounded a lot like that Happy Birthday song, but it was good. I liked them. Take that, internet.
Hey, take that, Google. What are you gonna
I
do?
always have to be fighting with somebody. This is the play. But yeah. Oh my God! Now I'm coughing. You're making me crazed out. Holy
Jim is a
moly.
master though of getting over a cough because he records constantly, pretty much 24 hours a day, 24 hours. I don't know how you eat. You have time to sleep. I've no idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me some tips, Jim, to get this voice back.
I was making a slow cooker pork roast in my recording area here today, and and also it's like really hot, so I was sweating, and then it smelled like pork, and it was making me a little sick. It wasn't doing very well.
I don't know why that's making me laugh. There's nothing wrong with the smell of pork, is there?
It was the worst. I don't know why, but it really didn't make me feel very good. And I have the slow cooker going while recording in like a 8x8 space, so you really get one with the food. But yeah, I mean, oh, look at that.
Can you cook this in your slow cooker?
You're fond of me lobster, ain't you?
Drunken in a Virginia fence.
I seen it. You're fond of me lobster.
Just completely random. Sorry, Jim. I'm pouring all my clips on top of you. You got no escape.
What was that from?
That was from The Lighthouse. Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Completely bonkers, incredibly interesting, weird movie by the guy who directed. Oh my God, what was it? Not the new version of Nosferatu recently. What's he called? Ugh. David Eggers, something like that.
Maybe.
Well, you don't watch movies, do you, Jim? I'm talking to the wrong person.
You were watching the wrong. You're asking somebody the wrong guy. I did actually today. In between recording, I did load up, and I was going to watch. I forget what movie it was, and I ended up then looking at reviews and then not watching anything. So, oh yeah, maybe the Lighthouse. I like Robert Pattinson a lot, and I like William Dafoe a lot. So.
He's really good. They're both brilliant. I mean, Defoe's usually always good, isn't he? But
Yeah, he's awesome.
Pattinson's really great in that, but it is a weird one. You've got to be in the right kind of mood, to watch it.
What
I did
was
a live stream, Jim, a while back.
Really?
Did a live review, but I think there was only one person join me, so it was a bit lonely.
Did you ever watch Dead Man with Johnny Depp?
Yes, yeah, a long time ago.
Is it like that? Because I ended up watching that back in the day, and I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm watching. It was
It is a
really
little
weird.
bit. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really wacky, that movie. But yeah. I'm looking at some things now.
Actually, Zach. Speaking of Zach's, he was on it. He was on that live stream.
Really?
Yeah.
And then, Fear Monarch says it Waffles before midnight. Are you a fan of breakfast for dinner, Greg? Are you a fan of that? Do they have
fan of
that?
what?
Breakfast for dinner. That was always the thing that we'd have at our house. It was like, hey, breakfast for dinner. It was just crazy.
No.
But again,
I'll tell you what.
you have like tuna fish and eggs and nonsense.
I know. I'll tell you what I had this morning. Here we go. This will surprise you probably because it wasn't tuna fish and eggs. It was miso soup, natto, and believe it or not, and I had a leftover barbecued onigiri, which is a barbecued rice ball.
Yeah, I like onigiri. Yeah, that's a weird breakfast.
If you ever have a barbecue one, Jim, they're amazing. You put them on near the end when it's just down to the embers and it's a slow cook. It makes the outside crunchy and the inside soft. And you put like butter and soy sauce on it. Oh my god, it's so good. Getting hungry.
I wanted to have eggs this morning for breakfast, but first off, I'm not a Rockefeller. So besides that, though, I don't have a stove.
You're in the money.
I don't have a stove right now, so I was trying to think like, okay, how could I make them in the air fryer? That's the only thing I have to cook with, and I actually looked it up and went and bought this little pan to make eggs in the air fryer, almost like a little cake pan that you can kind of make them, but I never made them. I might make them because I really didn't.
You.
Oh, I was trying to come up with some crazy ways to make things because I'm doing a keto diet. But the problem is when I do stuff like this and intermittent fasting, which I told you about that you said really helped you out, and midnight cereal's the best. But I ended up I'm getting sick of the same things for every meal. I'm really getting sick of it, so I gotta mix it up a bit. So
what do you feel like, Jim? What are you tempted or what are you craving? And I'm not saying you're pregnant, but what do you crave?
Here's the thing with craving stuff. I never crave anything sweet, but then when I do something like this where you can't eat any sugar, then suddenly I do start craving actually some sweet things. But I'm more of a salty guy, so things that I crave is like salt. Have you ever had a soft pretzel?
No.
Yeah, I was just gonna say because that's something that's so like everywhere here, especially in my area, in the Philadelphia area.
Is it different to a hard pretzel? Many times?
It's soft. That's what you get.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
It's
Who
soft.
knew?
It's soft and doughy, is what it is.
Soft and doughy.
I think in my mind, and Davina said, I think that when I really think and go down to the idea of what I think is the best thing to eat ever, it's so crazy that I do think it's a toss-up between a pretzel or pizza, just a regular pizza. But then
Jim said toss.
Yeah, when I toss, I like if I would say sushi, which I love, and I talk to you about it all the time. The problem is there's so many different kinds of sushi that kind of saying it in general is like kind of lame. But yeah, soft pretzels and pizza are two like almost to me like perfect. I think pizza is like a perfect food. I think it's the greatest. But New York style, not that stupid.
Well, Jim, this is not soft pretzels. It's not sushi. I've got Nerdporial in the chat. Great to see him. He just came over to Japan, so I've got to play this. This is only available for my channel members, by the way. Just saying, no, but it will be public in a couple of days.
Brian, welcome to Japan.
Yes. Thank you. Arigato.
Look at that smile. He
Here
looks
we are
so happy.
Osaka, trying to cook okonomiyaki by ourselves.
Okonomiyaki.
It's all going wrong.
Bacon in there, so we know it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Are you interested?
Yeah.
It's a savoury pancake, basically. And you've got like bacon, sliced cabbage. What else is in there? There's a fried egg underneath there as well.
Really? What else you hiding in there?
All sorts. No fish.
It looks like, what's it called? And again, I always end up, I actually haven't gone to the Chinese restaurant in a while, but it reminds me, I can't remember what it reminds me of now. It's like my favorite deal. Do you actually put like a brown gravy over it, possibly?
It's like a sweet brown sauce. Yeah.
It's
There's a special okonomiyaki sauce just for it.
People know exactly what I'm talking about that we have in the States as kind of like a throw-off of it that's like a savory pancake deal. And now I can't remember it. It's the only thing I ever get when I go to a Chinese restaurant.
Here we go.
The best match is okonomiyaki and Asahi Super Dry.
Don't believe what I just said. Asahi Super Dry is not a good beer anymore. It used to be. When I first came to Japan, it was very good, very what's the word? They call it karakuchi. Like it really gets you. Karakuchi, what's that? It's like not spicy. It's very gassy. It's like a real strong lager, But I think they changed the taste, Jim. I blame it on the GM corn. I think they're putting in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what happens. I do see that there's a little bit of a a dispute of what's better, Chicago or New York style pizza.
Ooh, let's have a look.
It's always a fight. It's always a fight.
What's your
I
flavor?
like the New York. I like New York style pizza. I don't mind sometimes eating a Chicago style pizza. You know, when I want a big slop of pie, is what like. You're sitting there and eating that one slice, and it's all it's a different deal.
I don't know the difference.
So much different. It's so much different. And the idea of kind of competing, it is kind of silly because they almost are two completely separate things in my mind. But again, I could fight about the Chicago hot dog, which I believe it seems like it takes like Alfred Pennyworth to make it for you, and it must take 7 weeks. I mean, this thing, I get a lousy bun and a Frankfurter there, and I put some things on. I'm done. In the meantime, we got putting your bib on, getting a fancy suit on one of them Chicago hot dogs. There's so much involved.
Davina saying Shanghai noodles are great with some spicy sauce and thin sliced beef.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds amazing. I used to love them. When was it? When I was in Australia, I found like a nice Chinese restaurant. They had, what was it? Bruce Lee's favourite dish. It was it beef with green pepper or black bean sauce?
I like that.
Beef and black bean sauce and green pepper or something. It was so good, like thinly sliced beef. Lovely.
I'm trying to remember.
New York pizza is otherworldly, says Fearmonic.
It's so good. Again, that's what I prefer because
the chat.
That's
Who's
what I
about Chicago?
had. I've never been to Chicago, so I've never had legit Chicago pizza. I just yell about it.
Ned Paul's from Chicago, so you got to be careful what you say.
Yeah.
Is it near Boston? I've no idea about America.
No,
That's where good old Sully's from.
It's Boston. Middle deal. Boston. You end up where in the deal going up the East Coast, you have like Philadelphia, New York, Boston, and a lot in between. But then you go out west and have middle deal with St. Louis, Chicago, all those.
Oh right, no way. Yeah. I always thought it was coastal. It shows what I know. Oh dear.
There's lakes.
What did I learn at school, Jim?
I don't know. Why would you? I asked you at one point. One of the first thing I asked you though was to ask you about the Revolutionary War because my mom would always yell at me, and I'd like come home and I'd have homework and stuff, and I'd say, "Hey, I need help," and she'd say, "We didn't learn about that bloody war. We lost." I'm like, all right.
We didn't. They didn't teach us about it.
No.
We learned about the Vietnam War for some reason. But that was right near the end of what we call high school, which would be junior high school in the States, that kind of age. So, yeah. Weird. Anyway, what are we talking about again, Jim? What's the show about?
Talking about a lot of crazy stuff. I'm still trying to look up, and I'm telling you, the thing that I like is like the thing I always know the name of, and for some reason I cannot figure it out, and it's driving me nuts. I'm gonna go. We have, I think I'm looking now. We have legit, and we don't have a big town. We have 7 Chinese restaurants in our town. I just realized that.
Only 7?
We have a ton. Yeah, only 7. But we also have, I think it was last time, 16 pizza places. Like every other place is a pizza place. It's crazy.
Goodness gracious.
Yes.
Well, Jim, it's not really a comic book stream today. It's just a general chat and a catch up. If you've got any questions about Japan, do let me know. Put you on the spot. In the chat as well, if you've got any questions for Gray in Japan or Jim in, where is it?
Philadelphia area. I don't know that
Dhabi.
people are going to, any time that people, kind of close, but the idea where people would start asking me questions would be like, why are people there jerks? It really is.
I think no one's watching anyway. We've probably got
people.
Thank God we got Fearmonic and Nerdporial and Davina. Thank goodness. Jolly popped in before, Jim. Did you see?
Yeah, I saw
Did you
him.
miss
He
him?
actually has soft pretzel, and I was going to say, yeah. I don't know if he's
Soft
saying
pretzel.
soft pretzel as in, are you talking about soft pretzels? Or he's like, soft pretzel? What the hell is that? I don't know.
Fearmonic's got a question about the vending machines. They are everywhere. They're amazing. The ones in my small town usually only sell drinks. Some sell food, but usually just drinks. If that's what you're talking about, Fearmonic. We don't sell those in my small town. Very cryptic, Jim.
Yes. I like those.
Dungeon Crawler Carl, you summed him up with your soft pretzels.
There you go. See? They're awesome.
How you doing? Good to see you, man.
And earlier...
he was in your stream, in the chat before on your stream, wasn't he?
Nerdporial actually ended up saying you dip the pretzels in cheese and mustard. It's so good. So good.
Oh my
It
goodness.
ends up when I'm eating them, it just once I add in the cheese, it ends up where then I'm like, yeah, this doesn't taste as it tastes great, but it starts getting like the point where I'm like, I realize now how bad this is for me, but it's so good. But pretzels are I guess I could a story that I got when my dad was in the Air Force. He was stationed in Germany, and my grandmother asked him what he missed, and he ended up saying that he missed soft pretzels because they didn't really have them. And I always thought that they did, but wherever he was, they didn't have them. And so he told me that my grandmother ended up sending him some. Now, this would have been back in the early 60s, and also she was cheap, so she like paid for the longest bit of shipping, and when he got them, they were green and fuzzy. He was so upset. Yeah. My grandmother was cheap. But
I'm
not
getting distracted
easy.
by fame on it, by the way. That's why I'm not ignoring you, Jim. I'm listening. I'm just trying to look something up.
And I'll even Dungeon Crawler Carl said Amish people make good soft pretzels, and that's kind of the area I'm in. I end up being right outside of Amish country, so when we end up going to the buffet that I tell you about, the Shady Maple Buffet, we always get a bunch of pretzels there as well, and they're awesome. So.
Okay, there's an article here that's come up. I'm going to share it very briefly. I'm not going to read it, don't worry. Oh no, I've got to subscribe, I think. Oh, I hate that. Oh no. Okay, this is on tech in Asia. Just give me a second. It's about these vending machines, Jim. This is all Fearmonic's fault. If we get in trouble. No, I'm joking. The death and digital resurrection of Japan's used Panty vending machine. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Did they also sell used bathwater in those? I need to know.
I don't know.
It looks like it.
That's her drinks, of course. There you go. Let's keep going down. There's the old gacha gacha machines where you get loads of little toys. And 500 yen for...
That looks sus as hell.
That looks sus as anything, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. Any more pictures? Oh, no. Okay. Oh my goodness. What's up to...
Dungeon Crawler Carl's kind of lives near me. He's in Lancaster, which is crazy. And I'm in Quakertown. This is the actual, town that I'm in. So I'm sure he's heard of it.
Okay.
So Fearmonger, big doinks in the Amish. I don't know that anybody's gonna get that. That guy, R.I.P. Fearmonger. That guy went.
Check this out, Jim. This is Davina and everyone in the chat. Did you guys see the video series with a Japanese guy living in an abandoned school, subsidized by the town nearby, and he roasted coffee? Left the school at the end of the show. No, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Although the abandoned school kind of sounds scary. I bet it's terrifying at night.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd be scared out of my
I'd be scared
pants.
to go.
No. I ended up at one point I got into a lot of Korean sitcoms and romance stuff. I was getting into, and they had the one that it was the guy from Big Bang who was in the deal, and then he got caught doing real sus things, and it was a really good show. It got canceled. I was so upset. Blackpink were in it at one point because you had a lot of that company. It was kind of the deal, but he got caught doing really bad stuff, so he got ousted.
Look at Jim with the Blackpink references. He just can't help himself, can he?
Yes.
Yeah, you can actually buy sweat. It's called Pocari Sweat, and it's an energy drink. It's basically Japan's version of Gatorade, I think. But there's only one flavor. Sweat.
Yeah. Is it like is it yellow? Is it that flavor of Gatorade, like original?
What's the word? It's almost clear. It's a bit hazy.
Really?
Sounds even worse, doesn't it?
Yeah. That sounds sick. That sounds disgusting.
Oh, the best one is the guy being slapped with a spaghetti, says Fearmonic. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm lost. Listen, Jim, I know I don't want to keep you. If you're busy, if you want to get, podcasts, I'm not saying go. It's up to you.
I can hear what you're saying, Gray. You're trying to kick me off.
No, I'm not.
I'm fine. I'm actually
sure?
I'm actually leveling up stuff as we go, but I will back off a little. I get your hint.
No.
I get it.
I don't know how you multitask. I don't know how you do that. How can you edit and do things while you're on a live stream and talking?
I'm not full editing. I'm just leveling up the audio. So then when I go to edit, it will end up being an easier play. So I actually just leveled up one of our things. I guess it was the last Halloween.
Oh.
Again, one of the better books this week. This book this week was really tough. It was really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, me and you, because you were on the show doing even what's coming out next week. DC is not much better next week either, except the absolute stuff should be pretty good. But overall, it's going to be.
I am looking forward to that, surprisingly. Unlike some people, Absolute Superman and Absolute Green Lantern are going to give it another chance. Give it at least 3 issues, Jim, as you like to say.
Yeah, the Green Lantern one is the one that I think most people think is the worst. Me and you aren't really big on the Martian Manhunter, but at least that has something wacky going on. The Green Lantern just felt weird. I just don't get it just yet, but it was okay. And what's it called, though? The Absolute Superman, even though certain people say it's bad, I think it's getting better. I think it's getting better. And that's the thing. I think that people are kind of coming up with their own opinion. I had a bunch of people who would ask me, is Absolute Superman that bad? And I even hate, like, even if people would listen to me and you talking about this stuff, you should still read it and figure out for yourself. You know what I mean? It's like weird to just say, and if I just when I'm in a bad mood in a day, I'll say whatever. So
did you just say, like, people have different opinions about
I can't
comics?
Believe it. Oh my God.
What the heck is going on?
You can't say that on YouTube.
No way.
What are they going to do? Like, what am I
What is this thing you call opinion?
Yeah.
Just want to shout out Mick. Mick is in the chat, Jim, me big older brother who
nice.
I don't mean like that, my big brother. He got me into comics back in the day. I used to like sneak in and steal his Star Wars weeklies. Marvel UK.
I hear he doesn't like Superman. That's what I heard.
Is that right, Mick? I'd be telling Jim you don't like Superman because he's too much of a Boy Scout.
It's too much of a Boy Scout. But yeah, I don't know the deal. Green Lantern Dark, we reviewed that last 2 weeks ago. That's not great. And it is kind of like, he's right. The Absolute Green Lantern kind of does feel a bit of that.
Who was that you reviewed it with? Because I thought he kind of taught you into, not taught you into, but he made you more positive about it, didn't he?
It was a little, but still, it's a rough book. It was Brad, I believe, it's me and Brad.
Brad, yeah. Shout out to Brad.
Because me and Tom were going to do it at one point, and we started reading it, and Tom said, "This is garbage." So we didn't review it, but then we caught up and did it. But it's not great.
Dungeon Crawler Carl, looking forward to Exquisite Corpses. I think it's this month. Yeah, I think it's coming out. Is that another James Tiny Onion book? Or maybe not.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Fearmonic choked down Heroes in Crisis recently, Jim. He put himself through it.
I saw him commenting on it in the Slack, and I was just like, oh God! Like it ended up where he's now living the hell that we all went through, and you could see him break down just like we all did. That book.
No.
It's tough. That one was one of the worst.
You keep talking, Jim. Go for it. I'll try and find a clip.
You find your clip, and
this is Fearmonic's reaction. I know it's a bit of a cliche. This is how he felt after reading Heroes in Crisis. Which one? Was it the no or the laughter?
I think it was both.
A bit of both.
Yeah, that was really bad. It was really bad.
There you go, Mick C in the chat. Shots fired. Super wimp.
Super wimp.
Dungeon Crawler Carl's like, wait a minute, Superman's a Boy Scout?
Yeah, I got in a fight with a guy on Twitter, and he actually said, I don't like Superman, you just like a Boy Scout. And I'm like, well, that kind of is his nickname. And the guy denied it, said he never heard that before. That's bull crap. All right, buddy. All right.
And we've got Nosferatu, a wild Nosferatu in the chat. How you doing, man? I hope you're good. I hope you're Genki. You're back at Gigi. No, I didn't have any spotted dick in Osaka. For some reason, they didn't serve it.
They didn't have spotted dick?
No, they didn't.
That is amazing. I made, what did I make? Did I make spotted dick the one day? I think I did, like recently, just so I could ask my kids if they wanted some spotted dick. That's the only reason.
Exactly is it, Jim? Because it's been so long since I've ever had it.
Actually, you know what? I'm thinking if I did do that, but I did make Yorkshire pudding, and I can't remember exactly if I did. Maybe I was going to, and I didn't. Yeah, that's another one that's a weird one that if you're in the States, you're like, oh, that sounds like it's a dessert. And then you eat it. It's not real sweet. It was good, though.
Not.
I said though, I made it in a pan, and I had too big a pan, so when it spread out, the sausage weren't like enveloped in; they were kind of sitting on top.
Did you make it in a pan in Japan?
I might have. I should have. I should have at some point, but now it was kind of a fail. It was.
Take my wife, please. Take her. Oh my God, where are
please. Yeah.
The Golden Week in Amsterdam is where you pee-pee on a prosy dancing in a window. Look at Nosferatu bringing the level of the show up.
Down.
No, down. Oh,
that is Golden Week, I think. That's a hell of a week there.
It is.
I can't remember now what I made. Because Simon was mentioning all these things. I said, screw it. For 1 week, every day, I made a different British thing that had a funny name.
Did you make Toad in the Hole, Theomonix?
I think I did. I can't remember. I'm trying to think of the things I made, and it wasn't.
These are real dishes, folks. We're not making it up. These are real dishes.
Yeah, I'm telling you what. And then I did make bangers and mash at one point, which I actually for the longest time was making bangers and mash, thinking that I was making, and really all I was really making at that point was just mashed potatoes and sausages. But I ended up making it properly with the gravy and the different stuff in it. It was pretty good. That was probably my favorite. But I think I might have had Toad in the Hole. Now I keep thinking of what the hell did I make?
What did you make? Scotch eggs are pretty cool, Nosferatu. You're right. And by the way, Jim, speaking of gravy, Nosferatu's been telling me he wants me to try and make the American biscuits and gravy because I thought.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cookies and
no,
gravy together.
It's funny. I was watching. I think that people probably don't know there was a channel that had British kids eating American food a lot.
Okay.
And the one time they made biscuits and gravy, and it was the same thing. They thought gravy on, what would be cookies here. And they kept saying it when they had it. They thought it was the greatest thing ever. They loved it. It's so good. I did make a legit lamb shepherd's pie that week. I did make that. That was good.
You did? I think you sent me a photo as
remember
well.
I did, awesome. because for the most part, I was always saying I made shepherd's pie, but I was making a cottage pie. And it was Toad in the Hole that I was making that I said it was like.
Jim, I'll be right back. The door to the right, it's like making weird noises. It's the wind.
I'll tell everybody that I actually did make Toad in the Hole, but the Toad in the Hole, I had too big a pan. Also, Dungeon Crawler Carl, when I went to England, my
leaf. It's ridiculous.
Oh, goodness gracious. My grandfather told me that blood pudding wasn't made with blood. He's like, oh, that's just a name. And then I ate it, and then he laughed at me and said, no, it's blood.
Sheep's blood. Yeah, it's got sheep's blood in there.
I got so upset. I also talked to you about that point when I did make Toad in the Hole and also made, what's it called? The peas. The crazy...
Mushy peas. Mushy peas.
Because
mushy moms.
My mom was such a bad cook, and she's from England. She's from Bournemouth. And... to me, the way she told me mushy peas were, you just overcook peas.
Everybody hates the English food. We've got such a bad reputation.
I'm telling you that I always say the idea of the world's shortest book is The Great Chefs of Britain.
Great Chefs of Britain. How dare you? I don't have Greta, Jim. What a shame. How dare you?
I actually really, I'm half British, and I spend a lot of time in Britain. So some of the things I do like, some of the shit, I'm telling you, the idea that British food's bad, and it doesn't even hold a candle to that Scottish crap. The idea when you're in Scotland, basically you have three things you can make something from. The leftover stuff that nobody wants from a sheep, a rock, or some dirt. Those are the three ingredients, I think, in everything. And I still do I love haggis. I think it's
you say there's something wrong with eating dirt, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Dirt butties.
And I did. Was it Fear Moniker said about the Scotch eggs, which that's like.
Nosferatu was saying Scotch eggs are awesome. They're great pub food as well. It's a nice pub snack.
They're my favorite things. I love them so much, but I can't make them great. But when I would go to the Renaissance Fair, they'd have them all the time, and that's where I ate them. But I heard that the big play right now in London town, if you're posh, is that they make Scotch eggs now, but you make it so that it actually has runny yolk in the middle. So when you cut it, the yolk then spreads out on the Scotch egg, and it's supposed to be like the biggest sensation. Simon was telling me like everybody wants these runny yolk Scotch eggs because usually it's pretty hard boiled when you do it. But boy, I like them.
Hard boiled wonderland and the end of the world.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, I've got to catch up with some comments, Jim. Here we go, let's go through. We're getting recommendations for Southern White Sausage Gravy from Nosferatu. So we're starting to fight over the style of gravy now. Femonic saying, don't eat American biscuit dry or without a drink.
It all depends if you make it right, but it's still
okay. Is it
dry.
pretty? It's like a scone, isn't it? A scone, that kind of thing.
Now see, that's the thing. That's pretty hard. These are very flaky, and it's almost like if
flaky pastry.
Yeah, like a flaky pastry or like a pie pastry type deal, but it's good. And Nosferatu, I agree totally with what he says now here.
Country fried steak and biscuits and gravy is the food of the gods.
It's so good.
Is it so good? You're making me hungry.
It's so bad for you.
I'm still full of barbecue from last night.
I will say, Nosferatu, I love like Southern food like that, like the idea of the country fried steak and the biscuits and gravy. But boy, when you get done eating it, if you ate it gray, you'd be fuller than you've ever been in your life. It is so heavy that when you eat it, it's like, holy crap. You're like, oh God. But
can you do me a favor, Jim? Can you in your best English accent, can you read out Mick's comment?
What? Ew, black pudding, icky thump. Hello, loaf.
Hey, black pudding, icky thump.
Oh, what are you, a tosser? Yeah,
what is a Scotch egg? Is it hard boiled? Yes. Sorry, I think you were answering that, weren't you? Sorry, I'm miles behind in the chat. Sorry, folks.
And it's wrapped in sausage and then kind of has like a coating on it.
It's a hard boiled egg wrapped in sausage somehow with a crispy,
kind of crummy. It is. It's weird. The outside is the deal that I when I tried to I tried to make it myself at one point, and they shouldn't be that hard. When I wrapped the sausage and I went to cook it, the sausage fell apart. I ended up so upset. I was so upset with it, and also because I don't have a deep fryer, and that's probably the most necessary thing. I think you need a deep fryer to submerge it in. I was trying to bake it, and the thing fell apart. I was so upset.
Dungeon Crawler Carl asking, doesn't KFC have biscuits in Japan? They do, although I've never had them. Do you know why? Because they serve them with like maple syrup or something. They do a sweet version. What's going on there, Jim?
Yeah, they sometimes put it in there. I used to work at back in the day. One of my first jobs I had was at Hardee's, that had biscuits and gravy and things like that. And it was one of the they kind of changed and combined with some things or whatever. But it was like one of the only ones around. And boy, I liked it. I used to eat tons of stuff when I'd work. I'd sneak things, eat it. It's good stuff. But they did have the biscuits and gravy, and I'd eat it every day. I loved it so much.
You see, I can't get, because I'm from Britain, every time someone says biscuits, I think of
Any questions? Yes, Shaggy?
Like you wouldn't happen to have a bat cookie on you, would you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
That and crisps.
Chips and crisps. What the heck's going on? I love. Was it? I like going to the chippy for a pudding and chips.
Yeah. I actually. That was another thing I think I asked you about. That was when I was making a chip sandwich as well.
Oh yeah, but you've got to call it a chip butty because I'm from the north.
Chip buddy, and I ended up making them. That was really good. I did like those. No, that was a pretty cool.
You could get them at the the local fish and chip shop. A chip butty, fantastic. Chips and gravy, Jim. Just like it's like fried potatoes, thick ones. Fried potatoes like covered in beef gravy, really good.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Jack Bilucky, good to see you. I love Hardee's biscuits and gravy. Had some Saturday morning.
See, he's still where there's a Hardee's. They got rid of the Hardee's that was in our town. Ended up just they kind of consolidated and got rid of a lot of the ones. But there is one that's maybe I forget where it is. But it was on the way where when I went to West Virginia for college, and there was this one stop that we'd always stop at, and there was a Hardee's there. Exactly. And I used to have it. I used to love it so much. I also used to like their mushroom and Swiss burger a lot, but I haven't had that in a while.
Okay, North Carolina. There we go.
That would make sense. Yeah, that's the deal.
Roy Rogers, Jim?
Yeah. We had one in town. At one point, Quakertown we were in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most fast food restaurants in a 1 mile strip. It was crazy. But yeah, we had tons. We had like everything. And now I think the only Roy Rogers that is anywhere near me is actually a rest stop between us and Allentown on the turnpike.
It's turned into the food show with Jim and Gray.
Good.
I'm putting Waffles in the chat, by the way, folks. Waffles in the chat. It's turned into the food show. What's going on? So if you had to recommend, apart from biscuits and gravy, Jim, a classic, essential American dish that I've never tried, what would you say?
I know I could start fights by saying a Philly cheesesteak, but
a Philly cheesesteak.
But that's more regional. If I would say the full, I'm trying to think of what I would have you eat. Have you? Do you have Taco Bell there?
No, not where I am. There might be some in Tokyo, I think, or the bigger cities, but I'm in a little town, so we don't even have pizza up, mate. But we've got KFC. We've got KFC. But
in my area, I would have you try a cheesesteak, maybe even a pork sandwich. I'm trying to think of some other things I would say. Now you got me on the spot.
You do some incredible sandwiches in America, don't you? Like you say, these steak sandwiches. What's the stuff they used to have in The Sopranos? Right? Oh God, I don't know.
They probably used to have chicken cutlet parmesan stuff and meatball parm and things like that I really like though.
Jambalaya says Jack be lucky. And Fearmonic, I'm sorry, Jim. Every time I've tried a Philly the right way, in quotes, I'm unimpressed as well. It can't beat some sweet glazed ham in those buns, ladies.
I think he just tried to hit on us. Woohoo! Again, I do like having what's it called? Philly any cheesesteak, but it's not my favorite. Actually, if I was going to go closer deal, I would have you try cream chip beef on toast. I think that you might like that.
Oh, it does sound good. These all sound good. They sound like so exotic
that's one of the things. And I end up saying that because of everybody that seems to be in the area that they would know what that is, especially Dungeon Crawler Carl. But yeah,
pork, Jim. Really is that the pork that's been out on a night out and it gets pulled by someone in a nightclub?
Yeah, it gets pulled over, and it is when you're you end up where you do the molly and you end up in the bathroom is what happens there. I'm actually pulled pork I'm making right now, so it's
very British slang, Carl. Just to explain, it reminds me of Red Dwarf. Speaking of Red Dwarf, Jim, what was it? There's one episode where Lister gets a huge kind of weird space zit spot on his head. It's massive, and I think they pick up maybe a female crew member or someone he lost in space, and he's like, right, I'm going out on the pull. So there you go, going out on the pull
with the zit,
looking for love.
Does he pop it at the end and it's disgusting?
I think he does, yeah. It's been years since I've seen Red Dwarf.
That reminds me of that episode of The Young Ones when Vivian ended up where he's sick, so he put the garbage bag over his head because he kept sneezing, and then at the end they pop it and it ends up
so gross.
Oh, it's so gross. Oh, it's so good.
So funny.
Yeah. Yeah,
again, shout out to Mick if he's still here. Mick turned me on to the Young Ones back in the day. It was a bit too old for me. It was on past my bedtime, because I'm still young, Jim.
They ended up having an early MTV when we got MTV, and I ended up seeing it. And I thought it was great, and also the chicken pot pie is awesome. That was mentioned. Yeah.
Oh, the one where the episode where Neil gets so stoned he floats to the moon.
Oh yeah. There were so many good episodes.
Crazy stuff.
It was such a good show. It is dated. I've actually watched an episode or two, kind of recently, but I still laugh every time. I think it's so good.
No, Nosferatu, that is not true. He didn't find a used Panty vending machine because those things are actually a myth. Maybe. Culture Casino, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Genki, hey Genki. Yes, Young Ones was the best. As you say, Jim, has it aged badly or poorly?
It just ends up. There's a lot of that 80s feel in it and stuff like that. Especially the tropes of the characters kind of don't. But it's still good. It's still really good.
See if we can find it on YouTube. And it ain't PC. It's long before PC took over the world.
Yeah. And then I remember my one buddy, his dad was English. He was from Bath or some nonsense. Maybe actually it's from York, which is whatever. But we would watch Young Ones, and then he started watching Absolutely Ab Fab or whatever, and I never really got into that. I really wasn't into that as much as he was.
Probably get clipped for this or claim I don't care. And I'm going to share this, Jim. Here we go. This one is another classic episode when they I think they go to Manchester. They get onto University Challenge, the quiz show. Do you remember this one?
Yeah, I do.
Here we go. Let's just get the intro to it.
Scumbag College.
Hello and welcome to another edition of University Challenge. This week the teams represent Footlights College, Oxbridge. Yes, that's the spirit. And Scumbag College.
Oi! Up, scumbag! Up, scumbag! See you, teddy bear. Come here.
Yes, well, representing.
Crazy. Oh my goodness. A young Stephen Fry. Here he is. Look at that.
Yeah, look at him.
Emma Thompson.
Miss Money Sterling. And Mr. Kendall Mintcake.
Ben Elton.
And representing Scumbag, we have Mike, Prick, Vivian, and Neil.
Neil was the best.
And peas.
Oh, fantastic. Happy days. Happy days.
Remember, what was the... Neil had that one song that was like kind of a minor hit.
Hole in My Shoe.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Cool to Casino, watch them all. Yeah, me too. When I was young and when I was older too. So good. I wish I still had them like on VHS or DVD.
It was so good. It was really good.
Jacob Ironside, how about the guy with long hair? Yeah, Neil taking a bath in the dirty water and he pulls out a bicycle. It's so dirty, the water. You can't see anything in it. Crazy.
So good.
Yeah, and the Motorhead episode, I think that is that, isn't it? They go to Manchester. It's like Ace of Spades is played. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim, it's come up to an hour. Should we wrap things up? It's great to see everybody, but we could go on for like 4 hours if we're not careful. But it's lunchtime in Japan. It's Golden Week, so I think the missus will be wanting to get some ramen soon.
No, you're doing your spicy ramen.
Anything you want to shout out? You want to let people know?
You could go and check out the Weird Science Comics channel and also the Sus Records for some dirty parody songs and things like that.
Dirty songs.
I actually did. I did tell you that I got a what's it called?
Did you get a copyright strike?
Yeah, I got a copyright strike.
How dare they?
A copyright strike,
you.
Which makes no sense. This song is like a parody of a 50s song. It doesn't sound like anything. I didn't take anything, nothing.
Here's Jim's channel, folks. Sus Records. Look at that. 44,000 subscribers. How dare you, indeed.
Yeah, I know. Okay, right. It's like, I actually gained like 100 or some today. I was like doing it good. But yeah, I got that.
It's got a song sitting on 2 million views and 1.3 million. This is incredible.
Yep, there you go. There would have been one other one there, but it got taken down. Bastards.
Whatever happened to Anita Hardcock?
She ended up, passing away recently. Shout out to Anita Hardcock. I like when people end up messaging in the comments and like, I looked up this Anita Hardcock and I can't find anything for real about her. I'm like, please just say the name 3 times and you'll figure this out, please. Like, really? This is what you're thinking? Like, oh my goodness gracious.
And here's the Weird Science Comics channel too.
Yeah.
There we go.
Not as many followers there. The money's in dirty songs, is what it is.
I love the way your tagline is, Jim. Proving that comic reviews don't work on YouTube. One review at a time. Me too, mate. Me too.
That's what it is. The live streams, though, I actually really enjoy. They're getting too out of hand, though. They're getting to be 4 hours, and then the regular podcast 7. It's nonsense, but hey.
Yeah, and just a shout out for me. I don't know when it will be on the channel because we've not done it yet. But me and Mick are going to be talking about the British invasion and before Vertigo got started and all that, and certain writers. So yeah, looking forward to it. And of course,
that'd be pretty cool.
With Jim on his Patreon, where we do cover Animal Man, we cover Usagi Yojimbo as well. And speaking of that, Jim, that's what I'm going to go out on. If I can use one of your songs.
Yeah.
Where are we? Let's do it. Usagi Yojimbo, even though I want to do Animal Man because it effing rocks.
Yeah, I put that on earlier.
So thanks a mil, Jim, and thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Oh God, it's my first live stream in ages. I feel like, I don't know, I've broken me duck or something. God knows what I'm talking about.
You're on the pull.
I'm on the pull. I'm a skinflint on the pull.
Koi 人なんだよ。でも不機嫌にならないでねね。彼は果てを知っているので、そして彼はあなたの歯を蹴り込むでしょう。One, two, three, four 行きましょう。時間ですよ。韻を踏むために行こう。これは日本語なので、誰も私が何を言っているのかわかりません。でもそれは問題ではありません。私が何を言っているかわかりますか？私が何を言っているかわかりますか？私が何を言っているかわかりますか？そこは灰色になります。彼は本当にいいやつだよ。しかし彼は日本の英です。そして彼がそれを理解したとき、私たちはみんな死んでしまうので。だって彼は私たちを殺すでしょう。それはロボットマクジノと呼ばれています。それはすでに起こっています。あなたがまだ気づいていないだけです。
いつもありがとうね。